It's the first day of the new year, and for many, that means hitting the gym to start on those fitness goals. While the January rush may be great for business, many will quit their New Year's resolutions by the end of January. Psychologists say people often set goals that are too high, leading to brain fatigue and then them quitting not just their resolutions, but the gym. Fox 54's Logan Alexandra Russell spoke with one local gym owner about the annual New Year's boom.
New year, new gym membership. It's a tradition as old as New Year's resolutions, but data shows that by the second Friday in January, most people will have already given up on those resolutions. For now, gyms will see plenty of new faces, but not all of them will last.
We do get an influx at the first of the year for people wanting their New Year's resolutions or people just wanting to get healthy. And our current members are always like, man, wonder how long these people are going to stay in here and stick with it.
While you may assume gyms rely on those who sign up and never show up, gym owner Jeremy Early says that's not always the case.
You've always heard people say, well, man, I bet you're making a killing at the first of the year because people come in and sign up and they're paying that monthly fee and they never come back. Well, yes and no. I mean, we want people to come in and utilize the facility. I don't want somebody to sign a year contract, pay $35 a month, and we never see them again.
Early says an important factor in new gym members staying consistent in their journey is the environment. He says it's important to make people feel comfortable and supported. For his gym, that support can be seen in regular gym goers giving advice to those new to the game.
My advice would be everybody's journey starts in a different place. Just stay consistent, move at your own pace, because somebody that's been going to the gym for a long time, you're not going to be at the same place they are right now.
So while the crowds might thin out as the weeks go by, the focus remains on quality over quantity. From Decatur, Logan Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
Early says his biggest recommendation for those getting started in their fitness journey is to thoroughly read a gym's contract before signing. Trying to get out of a contract at a later date can be difficult. Dozens of people here in Huntsville stepped into the new year with First Day Hikes, a nationwide program aimed at getting people out in nature. Parking all along Bankhead Parkway was filled with cars, bike racks, and plenty of people as they made their way onto the trailhead. One couple says with their busy schedules, it's great to get outdoors on a beautiful day off.
The way to get off to a strong start, we enjoy being in nature, but don't get to do it as much as we'd like per se. So, great way to kind of set the tone for the year and get out and start strong.
It's definitely a good start to the new year. It's great to be able to spend some quality time together, especially since we both work pretty busy jobs. So it's good to get out and be active for a little bit.
Most of the guided hikes ran at local trailheads this morning, but people still made it out to hike all day long. Dozens of people gathered at Ingalls Harbor for a refreshingly frigid tradition. The Community Action Partnership of North Alabama, or CAPNA, hosted its 41st annual Polar Bear Plunge today. Sales from the event's shirt and sweatshirt sales went directly to the Morgan County Meals on Wheels and More program. One jumper says he's honoring a friend while starting the year off with a splash.
Start off 2026 with a bang. I've got friends here, that encourage us to get out here. Mostly I lost a friend this year. His daughter, Mason Collison, that we lost. Stella's out there, came out and did this cold plunge again. Just encouraging to know that, you can get out and do hard things, and he always encouraged that. So in his honor, I got out of bed, got out of the comforter, started 2026 with a bang.
Organizers say CAPNA is always looking for donations from the community. To learn more, visit our website, fox54.com. And if you missed either of these events, there's another polar plunge planned at Joe Wheeler State Park this Saturday. The park invites you and your family to see how tough you are in the cold waters of a wintry Tennessee River. After the plunge, the park invites you for a warm-up with lunch and hot chocolate at the Park Lodge restaurant. The event starts at 10 a.m. and is free to join. Dozens of people gathered at Ingalls Harbor for a refreshingly frigid tradition. The Community Action Partnership of North Alabama, or CAPNA, hosted its 41st annual Polar Bear Plunge today. Sales from the event's shirt and sweatshirt sales went directly to the Morgan County Meals on Wheels and More program. One jumper says he's honoring a friend while starting the year off with a splash.
Start off 2026 with a bang. I've got friends here, that encourage us to get out here. Mostly I lost a friend this year. his daughter, Mason Collison, that we lost, Stella's out there, came out and did this cold plunge again. Just encouraging to know that, you can get out and do hard things, and he always encouraged that. So in his honor, I got out of bed, got out of the comforter, started 2026 with a bang.
Organizers say CAPNA is always looking for donations from the community. To learn more, visit our website, fox54.com. And if you missed either of these events, there's another polar plunge planned at Joe Wheeler State Park this Saturday. The park invites you and your family to see how tough you are in the cold waters of a wintry Tennessee River. After the plunge, the park invites you for a warm-up with lunch and hot chocolate at the Park Lodge restaurant. The event starts at 10 a.m. and is free to join.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
And a good Friday morning to you. I'm Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. We're going to be talking about rain as we head into the afternoon, especially as we head into the evening. It's going to linger a little bit as we head into the overnight. Let's talk about where we ended 2025. We saw 47.6 inches of rain at the Huntsville International Airport. At the Shoals, we saw 63.20 inches of rain. Ended with a bit of a deficit at Huntsville International. We ended with a surplus, a large surplus, as a matter of fact, over in the Shoals. I think a surplus of close to 10 inches. So here's Futurecast as we head into the lunch hour. We're talking about some scattered showers, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder, especially up across southern Middle Tennessee. Some of this activity could be hanging out across northeast Alabama. The entire day is not going to be a complete and total wash. Not everybody's going to get rain at the exact same time. Everybody is going to get rain. It's just not going to be at the exact same time. So there are going to be periods of dry time. But as we head into the afternoon, it does look like the rain is going to become more widespread across the Tennessee Valley. And then from there, it's going to stay widespread in some capacity as we head into the early and middle part of the evening. Again, we could be talking about some pockets of heavier rain, maybe a couple of rumbles of thunder thrown into the mix. But for the most part, the thunderstorm activity is going to be somewhat lacking, even 9, 10 o'clock at night. Now, this activity is not going to stick around too terribly long. By the time we get to the middle part of Saturday morning, maybe a couple of light lingering showers across northeast Alabama, but it does look like the vast majority of us are going to be dry. A couple of rogue showers might develop through the first part of the afternoon, but then as we head into the later part of the afternoon, we're going to begin to see the cloud cover break, and I do think we're going to get to enjoy a little bit of sunshine. The clouds are going to continue to clear as we head into the overnight and then early into your Sunday morning. Really what this is going to do is it's going to allow our temperatures to drop off Saturday night and then early Sunday morning. We maintain the sunshine as we head into Sunday afternoon. But as I'll show you here in just a second, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to see the temperatures climb. 48 degrees, that's where we're going to be as we head into the overnight. 48 in Arab, 48 in Coleman, 46 will be the low temperature tonight up in Fayetteville in southern Middle Tennessee. That after climbing into the mid-50s. I've got 56 today in Huntsville, 57 in Coleman. In general, temperatures are going to climb into the mid and upper 50s, which is actually kind of impressive. These numbers are a bit above average when you consider the fact that we are talking about cloud cover and rain through a good majority of the afternoon. 57 degrees on Saturday, again, after starting in the upper 40s, 48 Saturday morning. Sunday is going to be much cooler, though with plenty of sunshine, a mostly sunny sky, but we're going to start the day off in the low and mid 30s, right around 33 degrees. We're going to climb into the lower 50s. I've got a high temperature right around 50 degrees. Have a good look at the next 7 days. Then we get to next week. Temperatures are gradually going to climb as we head into next week. But honestly, I think Monday's probably going to be the best day. It's not going to be the warmest, but it's going to be warm with sunshine. So I think it'll be the best. 60 degrees on Monday, 65, 67, 68, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. Rain chances really begin to increase again across the Tennessee Valley by the time we get to next Wednesday and Thursday. Stick around to Fox 54 Plus, got more weather and traffic updates coming up. Did you know that you can get weather impact updates 24/7 on Fox 54 Plus? Here's how. Go to Fox 54 Plus on your Roku, Fire TV, Apple TV, or Samsung. Once you're on the main screen, push the down arrow and click on the Fox 54 Plus Weather Impact 24/7 block. Here, you'll find radar, current temperatures and conditions, traffic cams, forecasts, and more, all available on demand. Want to get back to the main channel? Just push the down arrow and click on the 24/7 stream button. It's your weather impact updates 24/7 on Fox 54 Plus. Start streaming today.
It is a tragedy.
A Swiss ski community is in mourning after officials say dozens of people died and more than 100 were injured in a fire. Authorities say it broke out in a bar at a luxury ski resort during a New Year's celebration.
The majority, I imagine, of the people touched by this drama, they are the young people who came for the holidays.
Some victims appear to be foreign nationals. Officials say identifying everyone could take days. They say they're not sure how the tragedy unfolded. It's unclear if the bar was at capacity or if the width of a staircase was a factor. Some witnesses blame a holiday tradition at the bar.
A barmaid would get on a barmaid's shoulders and hold a champagne bottle with these sparklers, and witnesses have described how the ceiling catches fire and then suddenly that fire really rips through this underground space.
A burn expert from Johns Hopkins says such fires can cause rapid asphyxiation.
Those who do survive can have massive injuries that can threaten life in the hours to follow, but also can result in threat to life for the days and then disfigurement and disability for those who do survive in the future.
Numerous medical facilities are caring for the injured. A witness says others also rushed to help.
All the nearby residences, restaurants, everyone who was still awake helped either with water, tea, blankets. You know, it was a big shock.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Survivors of a fire that tore through a Swiss nightclub are beginning what for many could be a long and very difficult battle for recovery. The injured from the New Year inferno in the Swiss resort town of Crans-Montana were so numerous, about 115 in all, that the regional hospital quickly hit full capacity. So some have been evacuated here to this hospital in Lausanne with its specialist burns unit. Others have been flown to neighbouring France and to Italy and to Germany. Officials say that most of the injuries are severe. Witnesses spoke of seeing survivors with terrible burns, having been trapped in the basement party space of the Constellation Bar. That's where the blaze is suspected to have begun. Some suffered smoke inhalation wounds from the terrible choking fumes. More than 24 hours after the disaster, when revelers were ringing in 2026, investigators are working to identify the dead and why the bar became a death trap. Officials say that about 40 people were killed.
Мирна угода готова на 90%.
The peace agreement is 90% ready. 10% remains, and that is far more than just numbers. That 10% contains, in fact, everything. That is the 10% that will determine the fate of peace, the fate of Europe and Ukraine, how people will live. 10% to save millions of lives. What does Ukraine want? Peace? Yes. At any cost? No. We want the end of the war, not the end.
It's a hangover that can't be cured in a day. Holiday debt. And it's a financial headache hanging over millions of Americans after the holidays. A recent survey from LendingTree found 37% of respondents racked up holiday debt, averaging around $1,200.
Among the priorities Americans should have for the new year, pay down highest cost debt.
Mark Hamrick with personal finance site Bankrate says paying off debt is the first thing people should do to reset their finances in 2026. Next, he says take a hard look at your monthly spending.
My personal preference would be that somebody probably doesn't allocate more than a third of their monthly income to those kinds of housing-related expenses.
Hamrick says rising energy costs have made utilities more expensive, so housing costs may eat up more of your budget.
The reality for homeowners is that this is a very volatile price environment.
Hamrick says your household should have an emergency fund of at least $1,000. And here's how you can grow your money in the future. Hamrick says to put more money into a high-yield savings account, which can have an annual return of about 4%. So let's crunch some numbers in this Bankrate calculator. If you put $5,000 into an HYSA with a 4% annual return and you contribute $100 a month, in 10 years, you'll have made more than $5,000 just in interest, growing your account to more than $22,000. Also look into certificates of deposit known as CDs. Those accounts also offer a fixed interest rate. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Many Americans are ditching the alcohol and drinking a different kind of nightcap. The latest Gallup survey shows 54% of Americans say they drink alcohol. That's the lowest rate in 90 years.
I really notice it with a lot of younger people. They are not interested in alcohol in the same ways that previous generations were.
Instead, many are turning to natural supplements for sleep, and sales of these supplements have reportedly hit approximately $1 billion in 2025.
From herbal products to melatonin, magnesium.
Sleep aid drinks are kind of the latest trend in supplements.
Data shows more than 20% of American adults drink beverages that claim to help with sleep, and experts attribute that in part to the popularity of sleep tracking devices. Many sleep aid brand leaders are saying their sales are surging in the last year.
Do you really think the desire for better sleep is going to go away? Probably not.
The company AG1 has a sleep aid drink of its own, and the company's chief executive director says she's noticed more people seeking natural alternatives.
When we wake up feeling refreshed for the first time, which we have heard from some of our customers in months or years, I can't imagine that being a fad or a trend or something that will fall out of fashion.
But experts say supplements like melatonin and magnesium don't work for everyone. One sleep expert says a lot of these over-the-counter supplements are no better than a placebo.
There are a few small studies that suggest some benefit, but the benefits usually aren't the big improvement in sleep that people are looking for.
Experts say to check with your doctor before starting any new supplements, especially if you're taking prescription medication. And what that professor really recommends for general sleep troubles are staying off your phone, drinking herbal tea, or reading a book before bed. In Atlanta, Madison Scarpino, Fox News.
Marvel's Avengers Doomsday trailers are racking up the views. The dual Doomsday previews feature the return of two of the original Avengers, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers and Chris Hemsworth as Thor. The Rogers trailer has pulled in more than 15 million views since its release, with the Thor trailer surpassing 11 million views in its first few days on YouTube. J-Lo's Vegas residency. The pop legend debuted her Jennifer Lopez Up All Night Live in Las Vegas residency New Year's Eve at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace. The residency runs through March 28th. And if you unwrapped a Nintendo Switch or Switch 2 console this holiday season, a new game for it is out now. Mouse, Mechanized Assault Unit 19, puts players in a retro-style sci-fi platforming adventure. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella. Grand Theft Auto 6 is arguably the most anticipated video game currently scheduled to release this year. But video game expert Victor Lucas of the Electric Playground says these games are also high on his must-play list.
But after much effort, here we finally are.
Capcom, of course, is going to be releasing Resident Evil Requiem. It looks absolutely terrifying and super fun. I think it's going to be a nice balance between getting freaked out and also having a lot of action chops. And
Resident Evil Requiem is slated to release February 27th.
The name's Bond.
James Bond.
James Bond's new game, 007 First Light, where we play as a younger James Bond, and you have to earn the number.
Bond is back in action May 27th.
Let's get to work.
Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight from TT Games. That team blew me away with their level up on Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, the Lego Star Wars game. That was so ambitious and enormous, and I feel like I'm getting the same vibes from this new Batman game.
The Brick Knight Rises May 29th.
The new beginnings.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is the big one. It's the one that I'm most excited about. I think every video game fan in the world is probably eyeing that one.
Grand Theft Auto 6 is currently scheduled to release November 19th. Leveling Up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
My front wheel go down like that. I seem like my car goes slow.
Video from nearby neighbors shows the aftermath of Rexmay Cowcow's SUV taking an unexpected deep dive into a sinkhole. As it opened up beneath her, she says it was a terrifying moment to be behind the wheel.
I saw the water run, but not too heavy. I see like slightly water, and I think it's okay because they fix all day. So I slightly turn left, slow, very slow, and then just crack.
Fortunately, she's doing about as well as one could after such a wild ordeal, a bit sore and shaken up.
Shaking. Even in the hospital, all my body shaking.
So they checked you all out there? Cranston Mayor Ken Hopkins paid a follow-up visit to Rexmay and her husband this morning. He was also on the scene last night after she was assisted out of her SUV.
And this time of year, you get the cold and the freezing, and I don't know why it broke, but that's something Providence Water's going to have to explain.
Rexmay says she's doing better and seems hopeful 2026 can't get much worse than falling into a sinkhole.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 2026 will be better.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for the King family, and in every corner of their Charlotte home, you can feel it.
Well, these are some handmade ornaments for my daughter Avery.
The Christmas tree and the Christmas village are rooted in family tradition.
Christmas is really important about spending time with my family and just cherishing the times we have together.
The Kings now have another memorable holiday keepsake, a letter from Santa Claus to Avery.
Avery, I can't believe how much you've grown this year. I am so proud of you and all you've accomplished.
10-year-old Avery made the nice list.
It is so fun to see when you dance. You are quite the little performer. Give Sonny, your hamster, some love snuggles from me this year.
Christina Grosu-Biffle, the wife of NASCAR legend Greg Biffle, helped Santa with this letter and other goodies.
I was very excited that I was on the nice list this year.
This year, Christina sent more than 2,500 Santa letters to children around the country.
I like that he included my hamster and my dancing thing because I've been dancing for quite a while.
They also received this special delivery packet a few days before the Biffles died in a plane crash.
So we actually didn't open this till Christmas Day, and it really broke my heart even more because, you know, this is a couple weeks after it happened and they're no longer with us.
Families across the U.S. are posting to social media about special deliveries from the Biffles and Santa. Back in Charlotte, the Kings plan to treasure this priceless gift.
Getting something like this is very special to us.
And they hope someone else keeps this tradition alive.
Keep up the great work. Your family loves you so much.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then, stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style, Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.